Okay, so the first variable mass that I'm going to drop is the 50 gram mass, and then we'll increase it by 20 grams and another 20 grams and another 20 grams. And we're going to see what the angular velocity as a function of time looks like, as well as the angular acceleration as a function of time. I've already shown you how to, get I from method 1 or method 2. It's up to you which one you use from here on out. So without a further ado, let's put the mass on. Whoop, don't want to let it drop from the pulley. And we'll put this variable mass on. Oh, this is kind of tricky. So stick, will you? There you go. And we'll wind up our loop here. Okay, and we'll put it on there. And we'll keep it at the height that I had mentioned before. There we go. Something like that. And now I'm going to hit the timer to start, and then we'll just record the data. So ready and go. Okay. Whoa, don't want to go too far. So there's your final angular speed right here. And this would be your angular acceleration, this horizontal line right there. Can we zoom into that a little bit? And whoop, that's not zooming in. Let's see. We'll zoom in some more. Oh, I'm zooming in, I'm zooming out. Zoom in. There. So this is our angular velocity. Maybe a little bit more. So you can see it, there we go. And then there is our angular acceleration. So if you wanted a more perfect value of it. So your final angular speed and your final, your angular acceleration, if you will. I'm going to reset it, and we're going to repeat for the 20 gram mass. All right. So let's rewind everything. Zoo, 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 zoo. I could edit all this, but you wouldn't get the full lab experience. So let's get rid of all this. Whoop. No, there we go. It's been reset. And I just got to wind up the spool here. And we're good there. And now you got your 50 gram, and we're going to add the 20 gram to it. So we've got a total of 70 grams here. All right. So same height as before. And what am I going to do? I'll hold it from right here. And record. Okay. Whoa, that's enough for you. And we'll zoom into it so you can see where the final angular speed was. Go a little bit bigger, and we'll zoom down. Ooh, this one got big. There it is. So there's your final angular speed, and your angular acceleration was this value right here. Let's see if we can make it a little bit more clear. There we go. So somewhere between, I guess, these two values would be your angular acceleration, if I had to put a guess. So angular acceleration would be somewhere between those points. Okay, so the angular velocity, angular acceleration, both are given to us. Let's repeat for the next one. And we'll take this off for a second to reset. All right, so this is variable mass number 3. So we've got 70 grams. We're going to add another 20 grams to it. We are at 90 grams. This thing's going to start spinning now. All right, so bring it back to that height. We'll hit the start button. Don't want this to wobble too much. Okay. There we go. Ooh. So I'll unwind that first. I think it went too fast. There we go. And let's see what our velocity is. I could have just done this. This would have been easier. Oh, well, you learn. So there was our final velocity right there. And then it starts to slow down because the string started to create friction. So our final velocity is this peak value right there. And our acceleration would be somewhere right there. And we could zoom in on that a little bit. So somewhat of a constant value somewhere between these. Maybe this middle line right here was the angular acceleration. Can I zoom in that on a little bit more for you? Sure, why not? There you go. So there's your angular velocity, angular acceleration. Let's reset and we'll do mass number 4, I think. And we got, let's see, 90 here, and we're gonna add another 20 to it. So now we're at 110, sure. Okay. And make sure it's not wobbling. Where do I want to hold it? Hold it from right here. Okay. So here's our velocity. We'll zoom in on it a little bit. There's our final velocity. And here is our final, or our constant acceleration, somewhere right here. Okay, so go ahead and record that data as I reset. I promise you we're almost done, I think. Here we go. Ow, I hurt my finger. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do one more mass just for, 4 masses isn't enough. 6 masses is actually perfect, but we'll do 5 masses because this video is getting longer than I wanted it to. So I'm going to reset everything. And we've got, let's see, 50 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. That's 80. 50 plus 80 is 130. So 130 grams. 130 grams. All right, I'll hold it. Make sure it's not spinning. And we'll start the timer. Oh, I'll never get used to that. Here we go. Here we go. Final velocity is this value right here. All right. So there's your final velocity. And here is our acceleration that was constant for this new variable mass. The angular acceleration is what I should say. Zoom. Huh. I'm on Zoom, zooming in. There you go. So there's your angular acceleration. All right. So with all of this data using either, which way am I looking? Am I looking here or here? This thing's looking down at me. All right, I don't know. So with all the information that you have, you can either use the method 1 or method 2, and you should be able to determine what the experimental value of I is. And then once you have the experimental value of I, and remember, only one method, I got to repeat that because I know somebody's going to use it too. So only one method. Once you've got the experimental value of I, then compare it to the theoretical value of I, which you already calculated, and get your percent error. Once you've had that, you're done with this lab, and we'll move on to the next one. So until then, I'll see you here. Adios. Take care.